Welcome to this week's Word Nerd Trivia Challenge. Each week we're bringing you a 25-question quiz with 5 different categories. For each correct answer, give yourself a point. The categories this week are MTV, Classic Comedies, TV Firsts, Rocks and Minerals, and Homophones. We're going to start with the Level 1 card, and these should be the easiest questions of the bunch. We start off this week with questions about MTV, and let's go ahead and get the obvious one out of the way. What was the first video to be shown on MTV? It was Video Killed the Radio Star by the Buggles. Bonus question. What female performer was featured in the second video on MTV? Madonna, Pat Benatar, Stevie Nicks, or Blondie? The second video was You Better Run by Pat Benatar. Our next category is Classic Comedies. For this category, you'll hear a snippet of dialogue from a classic comedy. Just name the movie. What classic comedy is this dialogue from?
These are people of the land, the common clay of the New West. You know, morons.
That was from Blazing Saddles. Our next category concerns historic events in the world of television broadcasting. What was the first show to feature an interracial kiss? The answer is Star Trek. The episode, Plato's Stepchildren, featured a scene where Captain Kirk kisses Lieutenant Uhura. Our next category is Rocks and Minerals. Let's start with a pretty easy one. What is the study of rocks called? The answer is geology. Our next category features homophones. A homophone is a word that sounds like another word, but it's spelled differently and has a different meaning. I'll provide the definition, you just tell me the words. What word means an ache or a piece of glass in a window? The answer is pain. All right, moving on to level 2. What was the most played video on MTV? It was Michael Jackson's Thriller. What classic comedy is this dialogue from?
No, I can't make out the license number, but it'd be pulling a small church.
So, any blue Chevy pulling a small church, I figure that'd be the one. Yeah. Uh-huh.
That was from The Jerk. What happened on July 1st, 1941, during a baseball game between the Brooklyn Dodgers and the Philadelphia Phillies? First streaker on TV? First profanity heard on TV? First commercial on TV? Or the first breaking news alert on TV? It was a commercial for Bulova watches, and it's all been downhill from there. What is Utah State rock, which is used to produce heat and electricity? Limestone, coal, or sandstone? The answer is coal. What word means a romantic flower or lines of seats at a venue? The answer is rose. Moving on to level 3. What artist has won the most Video Music Awards? As of 2023, the answer is Beyoncé with 30 wins. What classic comedy is this dialogue from?
Not that I care, but where is your husband?
Why, he's dead.
I'll bet he's just using that as an excuse.
I was with him till the very end.
No wonder he passed away.
I held him in my arms and kissed him.
Oh, I see. Then it was murder.
That was from Duck Soup. What was the first live sporting event to be broadcast? The answer is the 1936 Summer Olympics, but it wasn't broadcast on normal televisions. They weren't available yet. Instead, live coverage was broadcast to special viewing booths called public television offices in several German cities. These rooms could hold between 30 and 40 people who could watch the live coverage. What kind of coarse rock is Mount Rushmore carved out of? Granite, sandstone, or marble? The answer is granite. What word means to give advice or an assembly formed to reach conclusions? The answer is council. Moving on to level 4. Folks of a certain age love to say they remember watching the launch of MTV, but odds are they're wrong. When MTV launched in 1981, it was only available in one U.S. state. What state was that? It was only available in New Jersey, specifically Fort Lee, New Jersey. What classic comedy is this dialogue from?
Have you got the nerve to stand there and expect me to believe that you don't want to marry my son for his money?
It's true.
Then what do you want to marry him for?
I want to marry him for your money.
That was from Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. What was the first sitcom to show a toilet? The first toilet on screen was in a 1957 episode of Leave It to Beaver. Bonus question. What was the first show that featured the sound of a toilet flushing? 14 years after Leave It to Beaver established that toilets existed, the sound effect was heard on an episode of All in the Family. What rock, composed largely of talc, gets its name from its greasy feel? Grease stone, soapstone, or slimestone? The answer is soapstone. What word means a small island or the hole your shoelace goes through? The answer is islet. All right, this is level 5. These should be the hard ones. Who was the host of Yo MTV Raps prior to Dr. Dre and Ed Lover? It was Fab Five Freddy. What classic comedy is this dialogue from?
Oh, I'm a hero. I was shot twice in the Tribune.
I read where you were shot 5 times in the tabloids.
It's not true. He didn't come anywhere near my tabloids.
That was from The Thin Man. And the last question about television. What was the first show to be filmed on 35mm in front of a live studio audience? It was I Love Lucy. Other shows at the time were all broadcast live on the East Coast, but the West Coast had to watch low-quality copies at a later time. What is the rarest mineral on Earth? Painite, chaothite, or unobtainium? The answer is chaothite. Only one crystal of it has ever been found. And here's your final question for Homophones. What word means an accepted rule or a large caliber type of artillery? The answer is cannon. And that's it for this week's quiz. Add up your scores and leave them in the comments. While you're there, please do consider giving us a like and subscribing. We'll be back next week with an all-new quiz. Thanks for watching.